Hi, Dan Benamoz here. I am here with one of the great teachers in American business, one of the great teachers of our generation. Keith Cunningham is going to be at the Retail Business Conference, and I'm going to introduce you to him in just a second. But what I want to tell you is, if you haven't decided to come to RBC yet, you need to be there, because this is going to be the Woodstock of Pharmacy CE. This has never been done before, and probably will never be repeated again. But you want to be there, and I want to introduce you to one of our key speakers, Keith Cunningham. Keith, I am so excited that you are going to be there with our pharmacists, and this is going to be a real treat for them. You're going to be there Saturday, actually. So.
Well, thank you, Dan, and I'm very, very happy about the opportunity to be not only with you, but also all of the pharmacists. I understand it's going to be a huge crowd. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I'm a business. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm a business guy, and I'm a business teacher, a business coach. And what I'm going to be talking about while I'm in Denver is the critical business skills and tools that are required in order to leverage, number one, and number two, create sustainable success. I mean, one of the biggest problems that I see is that most business owners work their fingers to the bone, and what they wind up with is bony fingers. You know, and I'm in favor of working hard, but at the end of the day, the question is not can we work hard, but can we work smarter? Is there a way to create more value so that we're spending less time but creating more value? So that's number one. And number two, and to me this is really the important part, I don't know anybody who wants to be in great shape physically for a week. You know, people want to be in great shape for a lifetime. And you know, I don't know anybody who wants to have a great relationship for 3 weeks. You know, what we want is a great relationship for a lifetime. And the same thing is true with business. The same thing is true with money. You know, how do you create sustainable success? And so, during my presentation, which I'm very excited about, is, you know, it's going to be centered on what are the critical business skills and tools that are required in order to create leverage and sustainable success. And so I'm going to encourage you. This is, as Dan said, I think it's a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I know that sales at this point, the attendees, it's ahead of schedule, it's ahead of last year. So clearly this topic and what you're doing, Dan, is resonating with the pharmacists around the country who have an opportunity to be at this thing. So I'm very, very excited.
Well, we're excited. We're excited to have you here. We're actually filming this in Austin, Texas, in a hotel. Keith is one of my mentors, and I've learned so much from him over the years, and this is going to make such a difference in your life. And in just a couple hours, you'd be surprised the changes that he can make within you and the skills that you'll be able to leave with. Now, Keith, also in Denver, I know you know Sandy Bakken.
I do.
Sandy's going to be there. Obviously yourself. You're going to do 2 programs on Saturday. I'm going to tell people it's going to. We're shooting for the Corbell Ballroom, but we're probably going to have between 5,000 and 6,000 people in Denver, and I think the Corbell may only hold a couple thousand. So we want to make sure that people get there early. Don't saunter in, because you miss 5 minutes of what this guy says, and that can make a whole difference in your life. Well, we also have, you've seen Scott Gross. You've seen Scott Gross going to be there. He talks about customer service. And you've seen Roxanne, and you've seen Roxanne Emmerich. What do you think of this lineup?
This is an all-star. I know all of these speakers. They all, you know, the great thing about all of the people that Dan is bringing to Denver is that every single one of them eats their own cooking. Every single one of them is not throwing up. I mean, that's what's important, is that the people who are going to be there, who are going to be, you know, giving you content, giving you strategies that will allow you to take your game to another level. Every one of those people is not only is a world-class, you know, business expert, but they also are doing what they're saying. And to me, that's critically important. So I'm very excited and candidly honored to be a part of such a great group, so thank you.
Well, we're honored to have you. So if you're not sure whether or not you're going, like I said, you absolutely want to be at this CE and bring as many of your key employees, because I've seen this in the past where people say, man, I wish so-and-so were here with me. Well, you're not going to get a second chance. I'm giving you the heads up right now. Bring all your key employees, and you're going to see, after RBC, a major transformation in your business. We look forward to seeing you in Denver. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Dan.